Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Estate Sale. Before I get into this story, to today's story, I want to take a minute to talk about something that I get asked a lot about. So, why don't I offer buyouts for all the items that are left behind? Uh, it's a personal decision, one that I thought a lot about. At Halcyon Days, we do everything that we can to sell as much as possible at the house during the sale, even if that means dropping prices to 50% off or even lower sometimes. My goal is to make sure that these items find a home, not just to hold on to them. And more importantly, I never want anyone to think that I intentionally price something so high that I wanted to keep it at the end and maybe sell it privately for a bigger profit. That's just not how I operate. So let me be clear. There's no judgment on any companies that do offer buyouts. It's a legitimate business model, and for some, it works. But for me, I've always wanted to run my company in a way that keeps everything above board. So there's never any doubt about my intentions. If I put a price on something, it's because that's what I think it's going to sell for. And if it doesn't move, then we make adjustments. With that being said, my goal for this series isn't to promote Halcyon Days. It's to share the deeper, more human side of what happens, beyond the estate sale. So, it's the stories, it's the people, it's the connections that we make that make this job so much more than just selling stuff. And today, I want to talk about one of those connections. So let's get into it. Chris. Chris Carter is the executive director of Resource York, and he's one of the most dedicated people that I know. Now, before I say too many nice things about him, you have to know that Chris is a deeply flawed human being. Um, he's a Cowboys fan. But in the spirit of forgiveness, I've chosen to overlook this. It's a major character flaw, but we'll overlook it because of the incredible work that he does. Okay. Anyway, so Chris and I go way back. We were actually competitors over 10 years ago for the same company. We were both general managers, and then, life has taken us in many different directions, but we always stayed in touch along the process. And when Chris stepped into his role at Resource York, he called me up and we started brainstorming on how we could work together to help people beyond the sale. So, Resource York, if you don't know, is a nonprofit that helps give new life to household items, all while supporting a bigger mission. A portion of everything they sell goes to Bell Socialization Services, and that's an organization that helps families who are experiencing homelessness. Uh, Chris leads a team coordinating donations, making sure that their impact is felt in the community. Um, so now, when I'm in York, York County, and when I finish the sale there, Chris is the guy I call. He and his team show up. Sometimes Chris will show up on his day off to walk the house with me. Sometimes he shows up in the morning before meetings to walk the house with me. And actually, in the last house, he showed up in the morning, and they came the same day to pick up the stuff because he understood the time urgency that we had at that house. So, he's always there to help make sure that what's left behind doesn't go to waste. So I appreciate that. At the last sale, they took 2 desks, a dresser, a bunch of shed items, a vacuum, and even some artwork off the wall, which is awesome. And again, just to reiterate, every sale at Resource York supports something bigger. So a portion of their proceeds goes to Bell Socialization, and again, they help families who are in crisis and help them find stability and a fresh start. So all great services. Um, this isn't just about clearing out a house. It's about making a difference. I mean, it's about making sure that things that people once cared about continue to serve a purpose. And it's about helping families who need it the most. So to Chris and the entire team at Resource York, thank you. I appreciate what you do, and I'm proud to be part of it, and even just a little bit part of it. So if you're ever in York and you're looking for quality furniture or home goods, check them out. You won't just be buying something; you'll be helping people in the process. So, um, but for me, my business, it's about so much more than just selling things. As I said, you know, it's about relationships, the connections that I build with my clients, with people like Chris, um, and organizations like Resource York. They're what make this job fulfilling. Every sale is an opportunity to not only help a family move forward, but to bring people together in a way that benefits the entire community. At the end of the day, none of us can do this alone. Honestly, I wouldn't want to, because these connections, they're what matter most. So until next time, I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you.